I appreciate you bringing it
They
up. And
would say
David,
bye
I already
bye.
know the answer to the next question. I think all the listeners know the answer, and I think you know, but I'm going to ask it anyways because I love hearing it. David, if you went to your daughters, and you say, hey, daughters, because I know that's exactly how you would say it. Hey, daughters, would you rather I leave you both $1 million, or do you think I should buy a boat today? What do you think they'd say? And sometimes that is not the response, depending on the clients and the family relationship, which is I'm laughing because there are times where I'm like, I think daughters might say something different, which, everyone raises their children and however they choose to raise them. But it shows you did a good job because they want you to enjoy it fully. And I told my dad, my dad and my mom, look, I hope there's nothing. And if you want to spend more on yourselves, please do it. Now, what I want is more time with you. So if you're going to spend on, my dad, for example, he loves Porsches. I would say, Dad, if you love your Porsche, you worked for it, you choose. Selfishly, I'd rather you decide to take me on a trip because then I get more time with you. But that's me being selfish. So maybe you buy this level Porsche and then we take this level trip. But it's a conversation. And my family it was never this way. It wasn't at the beginning. We talk openly about finances and that it's taken time to get there. So if you don't mind, take me
Sure.
back, David, to when you entered the
So
workforce.
I'm actually
You
not a
said,
finance
hey,
person. My
you're in the
background's in
financial services
technology and
industry.
software
You
implementation.
started
It's really what I
contributing
did
to
for
your
my career.
401k, I
And
imagine at the time.
but I was in a
Who was the
graduate
one that
program
told you to
that was
do
not
that? Did
related
you
to
just
that
think
in a
that's a good
doctoral
idea?
program
What
that I
was the
didn't
relationship
like.
like with your
And
parents and how they managed money? I'd love to get
left
into
to
that a little bit.
work at the university and worked there for a few years in the same lab, but doing more computer related things in support of the research. Um, so that was really like a big decision for me to go from being in an academic environment from my career to really entering the regular workforce, even though I was at a university. Um, so, but I do remember that the university had a retirement plan. And like, I can't really remember if it was called an IRA at the time, but there was definitely like a plan that I could contribute to, that they would contribute to. And when I left there, like I got a rollover and just, put it into an IRA. And that was my first IRA at a bank. I knew very little at the time, but that was definitely the start. And by the time I got married, 10 years after graduating from college, I had a little bit of a nest egg and I had a down payment on a house. So I had really been, yeah, focused on saving. And I definitely got that from my parents too. Sure. I feel like
Good. Well, David, I
you
know we're
use that to
already
mean like
40
a
minutes in.
regular
I have a
brokerage
blast doing
account.
this. I'm not going to make you
Yeah,
late to pickleball, and we talked about that before, but I have a few
I
more
did.
questions if that's okay. Some of these are silly, and then I have a few more real questions I just thought of. But do you have a superhero account today, or do you know what I mean when I reference that? Exactly right. Yes. Do you have a brokerage account? When did you start that? And the reason I'm asking and adding color there is there's a lot of people who go, I didn't even know about this superhero brokerage. And I joke superhero because it's my favorite account.